Well, I got that up. Yep. Oh, I just want to see my stream. Now, no one's watching. Great. Unlisted. Fucking public. Testing. Testing. Cool. Oh, I can pause that. Okay. This shouldn't take me as long as it does to figure out, but here we are. Hey, hello. Good, you hear me? Great. Figured it out. We're horizontal today too, which is exciting. This took me way too long to figure out. You have to stream from the YouTube app, not the page app. You know what I mean? Good, you can hear me. Thanks for pointing that out. All right, let's see here. Let's try and put some stuff together. I'm going to show off a little bit of how Blender works, so I got to put it all together. Got to attach some stuff. There we go. Everyone's coming in. All right. Hello. Bender's gonna be able to turn his head. Yes, and I'm putting it together right now so that I can show that off. I really want to show you how Bender can turn his head. Love the Bender project. Thanks, MTBJ. Just doing a little pre-assembly here. We can hopefully show off some of Bender's features. He's not done yet. Well, he's never going to be done. I have a list of wants for this project that never seems to get smaller. All right, we've got the car attached to the RC car. I've got this plate that holds Bender's head. We're going to screw that down now. It's a very important order of operations sort of thing. Hello, I'm also Dragon Con Crunching. First time coming over from the UK. Hope we bump into you. Amazonian cosplay. You will bump into me. I'm going to be there from Wednesday till Monday. Me and Brittany. We hang out in the Marriott Atrium most of the time. Kind of near the elevators. And we're there a lot. Please come say hi. We just want to hang out and talk shop. All right, Bender's head needs some screws. There's also a droid area, and that's also in the Marriott on the atrium level. Let's see. Excited to see Bender V1 finish. Yeah, so it's not done yet, but it will be done enough in about 3 days. And that'll be version 1. And I'll tell you what, I am over the moon with what I've been able to accomplish so far. So I'm really, really happy. I have a lot of electronics to work on in the next couple days. I have a brother who knows that stuff, so he's going to hopefully be able to help me. Let's see. Yeah, that's the way that goes. So this is a bracket that lives on the bottom of Bender that magnets to the car. You'll see there's magnets in there. It's not really strong. I may need to put stronger magnets or come up with some more of a mechanical way to retain him. But for now, I just put some gaff tape around it, and it made it snug enough that he doesn't want to fall off. There's going to be a lot of bodges for this version 1 to get him ready to get to Atlanta. Let's see here, Red Bow Props got me watching Futurama for the first time. That's amazing. That show, we've been pouring through the show recently, getting quotes for Bender, and there's just so many dumb little jokes that I want to make, like the Scooty Puff Jr. and all sorts of other things. What's Britt up to right now? Brittany is cleaning. My mom is going to be here today. She's flying in, so we're cleaning the house. But Brittany's also working on a couple of costume things for Dragon Con. One of them is some Star Wars helmets for like a casual flight suit sort of situation. That'll be really fun. She might swing down here in a bit. I just cleaned the kitchen and the bathroom, and I washed my car, and I waxed the car, and I'm also going to wax Bender's car. I got some car wax, and let's wax Bender's car. All right, so check this out. I should have put his teeth in first. Hold on. You all came this far. I got some teeth. The teeth is the last piece. I don't completely know how it's going to work. I want it to light up, but I don't know how that's going to happen. But I do have the pieces. Let's see. Will there be starting? Joshua says we will be there starting Wednesday, and I'm going to try and find you and say hi. You'll find me. We'll be there Wednesday. Look for the guy that looks like this. Oh, I forgot to put my hat on. Let's see. Amazonian Cosplay says, you judged me at my first contest over 10 years ago. Where was that? I want to know where that was. I've done quite a few costume judging. This is Bender's teeth. This is the current solution. Let's put that in there. Really snug. There we go. We got his teeth. Now I can put this part in. Orientation is important. There we go. London Super Comic Con. Brienne of Tarth. Oh, that's awesome. That was such a fun event. I want to tell you all a story about London Super Comic Con. This was in 2015. That was 10 years ago. This was my first international convention as a guest and a judge, and everyone there treated me so well. I flew in early so I could hang out with my friends Tabitha and her dad Nick and mom Lorna from Artie Fakes. I got to go out to their house in the countryside. But when I flew into Heathrow, and I had 2 big bins for costumes, and I brought a bunch of books to sell. And when I got into customs, they asked me, what's in the crate? I said, books. What for? To sell. They said, come with us. And then they put me in a room for 3 hours. They didn't tell me anything because I should have had a work visa of some kind, and I did not. But because I was ignorant and naive, and it was obvious that I just didn't know what I was doing, they let me in with a warning. But not before I had to wait there for like 3 hours in a holding room, wondering what my fate was going to be. So that happened before I even got to London Super Comic Con. But when I did get there, everything was smooth sailing, and I sold a bunch of books. All right, we got teeth. There's Bender's teeth. Let's see here. Shadowlands Radio is working on a bunch of wands, like the Harry Potter type wands. Awesome. Are you using a lathe? Because that would be really fun. Oh yeah. It's Super Comic Con. I was judging with Yaya and Kamui and a handful of other people. We'll see Yaya this weekend, or on Dragon Con next weekend. Oh yeah. Jeremy's been watching since 2012. That's when I got started. Michael says, do you make it a Dragon Con every year? I plan on going next year and I hope to bump into you. Yes, we plan on going every year. The only reason why I wouldn't go is if I was unable to get a hotel room. But I'm always able to get a hotel room. I should say, if I'm able to get a host hotel room, specifically the Marriott. It's really, especially with a project like this in the Marriott where we hang out, I can drive it right to the elevator, whoop, go up to my room, charge it, fix anything, take a break. All right, let's take a peek at Bender's eyes. All right. This is the part I think I'm the most proud of. I put a lot of work into his visor and his eyes. You can see he's run by a bunch of servos that live in there. There's a few more on the bottom. And then this is a control board. This is called a Maestro servo controller. All the servos are plugged into this bad boy. And then I can plug this into my laptop here, and I can program sequences. So say sequence 1 is his eyes get angry and his pupils look around. So I can program a sequence of servo movements. And then with another controller, I've got a Kyber control board over there, and a remote. When you hit it, it plays a sound, and he makes an expression with his eyes. I haven't got it to do that yet, but that's the goal. However, without all that, I can just use the Maestro control board here and plug it into my laptop and program a bunch of animations, which is very fun for me. Shadowlands Radio with $4.99. I don't own a lathe. Also, I don't have the space for one. Looking for my dad's old wood carving knives. Wood carving, that sounds fun and manual. You have a real hand-hewn quality to it. That's awesome. Okay, so let's put Bender's eyes in. I won't be able to animate the eyes right now just because I'm not really set up for it. I have to use my laptop to do all that, and my laptop is currently watching the chat. All right, his visor snugs on there. There are screws from the back that retain it, but he's on there pretty snug right now, so I'm not going to screw it in. And there's Bender. Look at him. Look at his dumb face. I can even puppet his eyes a tiny bit. Do I dare? No, I'm not going to do that. That's awesome. Maybe later I will try and hook up his visor. But I have a few things I want to do on the stream today. One, I got to wax this car, so we're going to do that in a hot minute. But also, I want to show you how his head turns, and this is really cool. So let me reposition a little bit. Okay, brilliant. Let's see here. Got a few of you in the chat. Insert name podcast. Bill, great to see you. I'm Rob's nephew. Hey, glad to see you make some more progress on the Bender car. Hey, Matthew, good to see you, bud. Thanks for popping in. Michael says, are the head and car on the same power source? No. It's a little goofy. The head is going to have a 12-volt battery that runs everything. The car has its own RC car battery in there, and that's going to run the car motor, the servo, and the receiver for the car. So I'm going to have two power sources as far as the design is today. That might change in a few days, but I have a 12-volt power source. I have some step-down converters so I can run the servo controller at 6 volts and lights at 5 volts. I think that'll work. We'll see. Let's see. Shadowland says, I just posted a video of what I can do without the carving knives. All right. What are Brit's plans for Dragon Con? We're working on some Star Wars costumes, some casual flight suits. So she's working on the helmets. In fact, if I turn this around here, they are over there, right there. Boop, boop, boop. All right. I want to show you how Bender attaches to the car. So this is that bracket with magnets, and there's a key right there, so I can always put him on this in the same position. And then on the car, similar arrangement, a bracket full of magnets and a key right there. And this is connected to a servo to rotate the whole thing through a ring gear. Here, let's get our controller. I got this crazy pants controller here, FR Sky X20S. This can do everything I need it to do. Yeah. It's got a touch screen so I can activate his sayings up here. It's not set up yet, but that's the plan. And then also, let's turn the car on. Where did I put the switch? And you know what? I need to put him on blocks because if I hit the throttle, that thing is going to go flying. There we go. He's off the ground. So this thing is does the steering. Isn't a very good way to demonstrate. We're not on the. Make sure I'm not actually on the ground at all. There we go. All right. So steering. Yeah, it is a fancy controller. Let's see here. All right, and then we can drive, and then this thing here turns the head. You can't see it right now, but if I put his head on there, like that, now I can turn his head. Now I can't turn it really far. It's something I need to figure out, see if I can get a little bit more movement. But one thing that's really cool is I can set up these switches so that if I hit this switch, he stays there in that position like that, which is pretty cool. So if I need to like turn to talk to someone, I don't have to hold the stick. I'm going to slow this down too. In the controller, I can go to the head. I can edit it, and I can add, what's it called here? I can reverse it. This is kind of a new system to me. I haven't quite figured it out, but it is possible to make it so that it's not as quick when he snaps around. But anyway, that's how Bender's head rotates. Yeah, Jason. This all the Astromech guys that um, there's the Kyber control group. They have a Facebook group. They have a Discord server. If you're interested in Astromechs, R2D2, Wally, anything like that, I suggest go chatting with them. That's who I've been talking to. The Kyber board I bought from Matt Hobbs, and then Corey over there sold me this, and he's been helping me with a bunch of the setup. So the Kyber control group, look them up on Facebook or on Discord. They will help you out with all your R2 stuff. Let's see here. All right. Well, that's that whole thing. I'm gonna take him off of there, and we're gonna polish everything. I got some car wax. All right. Where's the switch? There it is. Let's set him down there. Yeah. So that's the head rotation. Pretty happy that I got that figured out. The controller is so cool. Apparently, I could set it up. I could have it control more than one receiver. Right now, the receiver for his head lives in the car, so there's going to be a cable between them. I could put a second receiver in his head so that I could pop it off and puppet it by itself. But I think that's a future project. Let's get Bender in the shot here. All right. Oh, I gotta go get my car wax. He's really big. Oh yeah. See if we have any questions. Jeremy says, I had no idea this was going to be such an advanced build when you got started. I had a pretty good idea it was going to get this involved. I know a lot of friends that do bot builds, and I've seen a lot of them, and a lot of them are actually far more complicated than this one is. Let's see, can you program movements to be activated with sound clips? Yes, so that's the Kyber board. This rat's nest of wires over here. So this here is the Kyber control board, and it's not quite set up yet. But this is the brains of the operation. So this attaches to sound, and it attaches to my Maestro servo controller, and that's what makes it move. See, Bill, Tony says, how do you think the tires will hold up at Dragon Con? They'll be fine. Most of the time, hold up here. Most of the time, he's drain a lot faster. He's probably not going to actually drive around a lot. He's probably be static, just talking to people. But the tires are a very durable urethane. They should last just fine. I've been driving it on concrete and pavement, and they're in perfect shape. So it should be fine at Dragon Con. Insert name podcast says, just going to take a minute to brag. I've held some of these props on the wall when they were still at the other building. That's right. You got to come. We had our big space. Michael got to come hang out and play with all our cool stuff. See. All right. I'm going to pop in the other room, grab some wax. We're going to wax the car. Be right back. Bender, don't do anything I wouldn't do. All right. I had to get turtle wax because of the Ninja Turtles. And would you believe I actually used it on my real car? I bought it for this car, but I had it, so I figured I should use that on my actual car. See here, my microfiber cloth has a bunch of 3D print poops on it from I was sanding near this. I don't want any plastic to scratch up the surface there. Yeah. Yeah, it would be pretty great if the head started talking to you guys when I was in the other room. Soon it'll be able to do that. Soon. I'm definitely learning a lot. I keep coming up against walls when it comes to programming this sort of thing. It's really not my forte. I've never done anything like this before. But with the help of others, I've been able to push through and so far get everything to work. I'm very close to getting all the the sound and movements working. Here we'll use this. Just gonna, let's see, what is it? Not sponsored or anything, but turtle wax because of Ninja Turtles. Yeah. So this thing is has like an automotive finish on it, like a catalyzed glossy finish, and it looks really, really good. And it's going to look even better with some wax on it. Polish that shiny metal, yeah. Oh yeah, I'll wax the head too. That's a good idea. So while I'm here, please throw some questions at me. If you have any questions about Dragon Con or Bender or anything else we got going on over here, throw them my way because I'm just going to be doing this for a while. I think it's so silly and awesome and on brand that I'm spending this much time on my toy car. And I never spend this much effort on my real car. You're gonna weather it. No, so the finishing on Bender is an interesting choices, right? Because in the show he claims he's made of shiny metal, but he clearly isn't because he doesn't have any sort of gloss or sparkle or anything. He claims that he is fog hat gray, that's his color, which is a color, and we could look that up, but it doesn't really say anything about if he has like metal fleck in the paint job or if he's just bare metal or whatnot. So I went with actually I have it right here. This is some paint I got from my pal Chad over at Hoku Props, and it's just a really great metallic paint for this sort of light, maybe aluminum type finish. Really, really good. We use this on the Borderlands blaster we did for Thingergy. In fact, I have a Thingergy shirt on right now. See, what costume will we be wearing at Dragon Con? Oh, are you asking someone else? Well, I will be walking around with this at Dragon Con. I'm not really wearing a costume, but we have some casual X-Wing pilot costumes. Brittany's working on the helmets right now. So look for that. How do you stay cool at Dragon Con? Let me show you something. Okay. We got a plan because it does get hot at Dragon Con. First, this is a handheld fan. Yeah. This is just on Amazon. So for your directed cooling, this is where it's at. Okay. But then I've got this neck cooler. So this goes around your neck and it pulls in air and blasts it up your neck and helps you stay cool. So we've got options. We learned Beverly and Brett Downen had these last year, and we decided that we weren't coming back without them because it was hot and sweaty there. All right, let's keep polishing. So for waxing, I don't know how many of you wax your car. The idea is you put some of this on, you let it sit for a little bit, and then you buff it off with a microfiber cloth. This film of wax on there that protects it, that makes it so stuff can't stick to it, and hopefully keeps it from getting dinged up sometimes. And this can was like $6 at the Fred Meyer, so I said, why not? Let's give it a try. And then this morning I was like, hey, I could wax my actual car, so I went and did that. Hey, $5 from John. Thanks, John. I'm away for 35-ish days, and the progress that you made on Bender looks fantastic. Yeah, so I went to Open Sauce, and the whole time I was like talking to my friends there about their cool projects. I was like, oh, I got to get Bender done for Dragon Con. So right when I got back from Open Sauce in July, I was very motivated to work on this project. So since then, I've just been single-mindedly working on this thing, and it's been very satisfying. Who's your favorite BattleBot team based on the physical people and not the robot? Oh, it's hard to pick one. I know a lot of them personally, but Hypershock, I love those guys. They're awesome. Although I have a friend, my friend Alina is on Sawblaze team, and Mark DeWitz. Actually, I saw at Open Source. I saw a bunch of BattleBots. Mark DeWitz was there. He's a DragonCon regular and a friend. Well, who else did I see there? Valkyrie and Gary Jin and Tombstone and Hijinks. There's a lot of BattleBots makers in the Bay Area, so I got to see a lot of them there. Let's see, Jeremy says, when I first started my Dragon Zord, the first thing I did was fill the chest and back with PC fans in the front for cooling and out the back for ventilation. That's such a good idea. Ventilation, keeping cool, especially in a big costume, a big like kaiju looking thing, makes a huge difference. Especially if you like live in Phoenix, Arizona. I've been to Phoenix Comic Con in the summer, and it's pretty brutal. All right, I've applied my wax. Let's see, Mediocre Modeler says, I put sanding and waxing in the same category. I hit them both, but they're both necessary to make your project look fantastic. That's right. This is gonna send this car into the next level. So now that it's hard to tell, it's kind of hazy now, I can go back into this microfiber cloth and just buff everything, and it will have a nice protective glossy wax finish. Oh yeah, that looks awesome. Tell you that this cart, it's not 100%. It's not perfect, but I tried really hard. I sure did try, and getting it as far as I did has been very satisfying. The finish is awesome. Insert name podcast says, "Oh, you went to Open Sauce. It's such a cool con to see. I got on. Yeah, you would have a blast there. You would have a ton of fun there. There is so much cool stuff. It's like Maker Faire. It's like the unholy child of Maker Faire and VidCon, and just a ton of fun. A lot of maker YouTubers there. A lot of my friends, and the programming's great. Or exhibits or whatever were really cool. People bring their own goofy projects and show them, which is just a ton of fun. They have panels and game shows and all sorts of nonsense. Let's see. Corey says, "Always happy to see you too at DragonCon. Hope to see you around." Oh yeah, you will see us around. It'll be hard to miss. I'll be walking around with this guy. He's quite large. Oh, this looks so good. So shiny. I don't know if you guys see this detail. My tires. It's really hard to see, but I put a MomCorp logo in the mold so that it's like the tires were made at MomCorp. Just a little nod. Let's see here. Mediocre Modeler says, I built a Moth Gideon play for Wonderfest. Has to be the most comfortable costume they've done because they don't use a helmet. Yeah, helmets, it's surprising, especially if you're at a warmer convention. Having your head in a helmet is like having your head in an oven. Our Satisfactory costumes, the helmet, actually, it's right here. That helmet right there completely covers your head. Actually, is this one mine? No, I think that's Brittany's. That won't fit on my head. It's like a sock for your head. It's just barely on there. We have fans in those, and when the battery dies on the fans, you know right away that your head instantly gets like 10 or 20 degrees Fahrenheit hotter. Oh, I'm so happy with this wax. Shiny is right. See, I forgot you go to VidCon too. Yeah, I only went to VidCon once. It was fun, but it really did not feel like it was the place for me. It just there wasn't really much of a maker presence there. Certainly no cosplay. A lot of like vloggers and just didn't feel like it was for me. But open source was exactly for me. Yeah, let's see. Jelly Skelly says, I've been watching for a long time now. Hope you understand how many people you've gotten into cosplay with the passion you display with your videos. Very inspiring. Love from the UK. Thank you. I love hearing that. I know it's probably not obvious, but I'm just here in my basement all day, every day, working on these silly projects and hoping that I'm making a difference. So hearing it makes me feel really good. Let's see here. Ryan says hi. Hello, Ryan. All right, coming around. Let's get another look at how shiny that is. Oh. Hey, Brett. Just waxing my car. Yes, dedication. I definitely dedicated, obsessed, or the like. Ryan, I've been loving the Bender car series. That makes me so happy. I've really kind of poured everything I have into it. Brick, could I show you? Oh, should we show off those stencils?
Yeah, I actually have to get a shot of.
Okay, cool.
Of this.
No hurry. Britt's doing some fun stuff with these helmets, and I want to show it off in a moment here. You gonna do more coats? Just one? I think just one for now.
It looks great.
It does look really good, doesn't it? All right, that's awesome. I'm gonna have to carry a cloth with me because when he gets dusty or dirty, I'm gonna have to keep polishing him.
It's dressed like Scruffy.
Yeah, that would be good. It's gonna be a hoot seeing that driving around Dragon Con. Yeah, it's gonna be really fun. Here, let's take a look at it now. I mean, it probably doesn't look totally different on camera, but now we got a nice smooth wax finish on here, and it looks so shiny. Next, we're gonna do Bender's head. And we can do this in parts because he comes apart. We'll start with the antenna. Michael is 45 and brand new into cosplay. Any advice for an old man starting up? I mean, just lean into whatever's fun for you.
Take care of your feet.
Yeah, take care of your feet. Take care of your back.
And it can affect the fun a lot.
I've been working like this, standing and hunched over, and that just destroys my back. So seated, upright, if you can. Yeah.
Just up close.
You got it. All set.
All right. Cool, that's all I need.
All right. There you go.
Thank you.
Gotta wax my antenna. Some sort of euphemism there. And then I gotta pull his visor off. For those of you that didn't see it before, very proud of how the visor works. In fact, now that I have it off, I can puppet the servos a little bit. Let's make him angry. There we go. I can move his eyes left and right.
Oh, it's so
Yeah.
So great.
It really still makes me so happy. All right, now I can wax this. I clear coated this with the same kind of clear coat for the car. It's a catalyzed 2K, and but this is a satin finish over the metallic, and I really, really love how it turned out.
Could you hand me some of the needle nose pliers, please?
Yeah. There you go. Michael says hi to Britt.
Hello. Just, I forgot I had a print on the printer.
Oh, that's right.
It's just been sitting there all day.
Oh yeah, it ran out of filament last night.
I can't tell where it restarted, so it was a success.
Yeah, ideally it restarts in like the
Like the beginning.
in the support material or like.
Because it once it hit the sensor, it like went through I think a cycle to get to that point. But there's a little bit left in there.
Let's see, Mr. G. Willikers is here. He says, I built my current workbench at the height I did specifically to avoid hunching. Yeah, that's a good plan. This bench that we have is a really, really good height, but I still end up hunching because I'm just naturally inclined to hunch. All right, antenna waxed. Brittany bumped my car. All right, let's get some wax on his face now. Let's see what else we have going on over here.
Sorry.
You've made him eyeless female bender. Forget his female name, but the gender bender. I believe there was an episode.
The gender.
When Ender Bender was a professional wrestler. The hang in there will be posted. Oh, look at that. That's really cute right there. Wolverine, hang in there, bub. I think I got that at like Emerald City Comic Con a million years ago. Yeah, I will see once I get all this done. I will plug the servos in, and we'll see if I can show off some of the animation for the eyes. But first, I have to wax my robot. And at some point, the head can be plopped onto a full-size body if we want, or I'm sure there are other versions of Bender from the show where we could do goofy stuff with his head. Oh, there's one where it's just his head on a UFO. That one's pretty good. It'd be amazing if I could make that fly. Maybe I could get in touch with the guys from Flight Test and we can make that happen. Bender could cosplay as RoboCop or Geordi from Star Trek. That's right. I like that. Shake says, I'm late. Was the solution getting the camera in landscape mode, or is this not a phone? This is the phone. I was able to figure out how to put it in horizontal mode, but you have to do it before you start the stream. It's once you start it, it's kind of locked in, which is what happened last time. In fact, I started today's stream vertically by accident. I had to cancel it and start over. Watching this working on DragonCon cosplay at the same time from William. Isn't that great? Well, everyone's working on their DragonCon costume this week. My Facebook feed, all my pals are crunching this week, getting stuff ready and coming up with silly new projects last minute. And it's a very exciting time. It's weird because it's like deadline heavy and a little stressful, but like I kind of love swimming in it. I kind of love being perpetually inspired and thinking about these projects when I go to sleep and right when I wake up. Let's see. Morgana says hi, hello. Congrats on 700,000, by the way. I'm a little late. No worries. Let's see. John says, now I want to make a bender antenna for the top of my car. Yeah. In fact, I broke the antenna off of my real car. I could use something like that. All right, let's get his visor all polished up. I don't know if this made much of a difference on the satin, but it should help keep it protected from things sticking to it and whatnot. Ooh. Looks drunk. Michael says, you need to have a camera car. Follow Bender, film a Naked Gun intro. Yeah, so I want to be able to like stick a GoPro on him to be able to film it. I know exactly what you're talking about, like that first person point of view sort of thing. I don't know if I'm going to have time to do that. We're going to try and film him while we're there, obviously, and film something like that. But we'll see what we can pull off in the time that we have. But I love where your head's at. That's a really good idea.
I haven't gotten to see the new Naked Gun movie yet.
Yeah, me neither.
Did anyone in the chat who has seen it? Did they do the intro with the
oh yeah,
the hood and the siren?
That would be amazing.
I was hoping they would, but I didn't want to get my hopes up.
Good seeing you, Matthew. Take it easy, bud. Thanks for stopping by. All right, visor's polished. I want to set this down on. It's all clean now. Give him a little landing pad. All right, let's see. Captain Drake says, coming up with silly new projects last minute is right. It's my first year of vending, and last night I decided to make a castle backdrop for the booth. Fantastic. Go bonkers. Neil says, the joy of stressing over details, knowing that your Dragon Con friends will love it no matter what, except for Harrison. He's pulling out his eye loop. Look, I'll be honest. Whenever I'm sanding something, I'm going to bring to Dragon Con. I'm like, I could spend a couple more minutes. I know Harrison's going to see this up close. We'll try not to point out like that spot right there where I oversprayed the clear coat and there's a blemish. We'll just try and keep that facing away from him. Let's see. Who was talking about? Ryan was talking about having different inserts, like Geordie LaForge inserts or RoboCop inserts. Having this robot cosplay as other things would be great. We could add attachments or stuff on top of him to make him look like he is Bender at Dragon Con cosplaying as another thing. That concept is one of my favorites. Like for BlizzCon, I wanted to cosplay as an orc that was like cosplaying as a night elf. All right. Okay. Well, we got everything waxed. And he's looking very nice. I don't know how different it looks to you guys on camera, but it should help protect him when people spill drinks on him and whatnot at Dragon Con. Okay, I'm going to take a moment and set up the servos for his eyes. Let's see. I need my USB cable. Okay. And we need power. 6 volts. Give you guys a peek at what's going on down here. So the servos need their own power. They want 6 volts. So I have a power supply rigged up right now. This will be on battery in the final setup. So that gets power, and then to program it, the Maestro board here gets plugged in through USB, like that. Boop, boop, boop. And then I will face this towards you all. There we go. All right, and then I got to load up some software here. Maestro control. All right, am I connected? Let's see here. Oh, it's kind of want him. It's tricky. I can't like rest him so that he's on a circle. Let me get another block for him there. There we go. Oh, he looks drunk. Let's do. Here we go. I can. All right. So the software is really cool. Get more of my face here. I can set a limit. So for his horizontal, his eyes can only go that far or that far. So I've done all that. I set limits for everything. Let's power all the servos. Okay, now the only real silly thing is his lids and eyes are on separate servos. Now I can make him look weird and drunk, which is fun. Most of the animations aren't going to do that though. Let's see, do I have my sequence? Let's see here, play sequence. There we go. His angry eyes. Let's see. Shake says, "Does the Church of the Subgenius still have a presence in DragonCon?" I don't know. There's so many like genres and weird cults and stuff at DragonCon now. There. So all right. So I can puppet him, and basically what you do is you pose him, and then you set that as a keyframe. We can make his eyes look up and down. Oh, let's turn those on. Make one eye look up. Make the other eye look up. There we go. And then you set a keyframe. Sequence. Save frame 2. So I have 3 frames saved. Let's see what happens when I play them. Angry. Holds that for 2.5 seconds. Then it goes to that other one. And you could put a whole series of them in a row. So what I'm going to have to do is take clips from the show and match some of these movements to what his face is doing in the show compared to the duration of the audio. Ryan says, if he cosplays as Jordy, he'll need a remote control Enterprise to ride on. That would be amazing. Make him a claptrap body. That would be awesome. Needs a magnet goatee or a cigar. See, these are all the features that I want to add in the future. Have a cigar that like pops onto his mouth, or the little goatee. In this episode, Ahead in the Polls, he sells his body and he comes out with a stack of cash in his mouth. I want to have a stack of cash that I could stick on his teeth. That would be really fun. Yeah, the eye moves are fun. If I can get, I don't have a ton of sequences programmed yet, but let's do another one. We can get him to whip his eyes back and forth. Left, right. If I go back to the sequence and hit play. Oops. A little goofy there. I also have a few things I still need to learn about the software. So, for example, you can power the servos on and off, and if you're not animating them for a specific sequence, they shouldn't be powered. So I'm going to have to do some fine-tuning there. Do the eyes sync up to look where he's driving? No, but this is so cool. The controller I have, let me grab this again. So this crazy pants controller I have here can control his head moving left and right. I could also tie that to drive the Maestro, override and drive the Maestro. So I could make it so when he turns left, his eyes look left. I'm glad you mentioned that. I'm going to have to try and do that. That'd be really fun. Basically, once you have it set up, you can do a ton of the programming from the controller here, which is really neat. William says, how much alcohol do you have to put in him each day to prevent his rest beard from forming? Yes, it's tricky. This is not cheap to run. We're going to have to, especially at Dragon Out, we're going to have to keep pouring drinks in his mouth. What program is it? The program is called Maestro Control Center. The Maestro Servo Controller is what I'm using, and it comes with its own software to control it. This board on the bottom here is a 12-channel Maestro control board. I was told to get the 12-channel one, not the 6-channel one. It has more memory, so that's the one I got. Learning software is fun. The integration is the challenging part. That's where I'm at right now. I'm almost all the way there to get this board to talk to that other board to talk to this thing, so that when I hit a button, all of it fires. We're really close. I can't do that right now because I need to use my laptop, and my laptop connects to the board through Wi-Fi, which means it'll lose internet. So I can't really tinker with that on stream. And also, I swear a lot when I do it, so I'm not going to film that part. I have been filming the whole rest of this build. Most of that video is actually edited. I just have to finish the ending. I basically have to get him to say something, and then I can finish the video. And I'm really close. So the build video for this will be out in just a couple days. Michael says, have you thought about building the rest of him? A refrigerated torso for beers would be amazing. That would be really fun. We do have Sweepy. It's behind the screen right there, but Sweepy the robot's right there. But having a Bender hanging out in the background would be really awesome. And I could program him to just sort of idly do and say stuff while he's hanging out. Yeah, I think I'm done with playing with the eyes for now. Here, I can stuff this back in his face hole. There's our guy. Unplug that. Unplug that. Oops, sorry everybody. Looks like Mom's flight is going to be an hour late. Okay.
Hopefully she can sleep on the plane.
Mm-hmm. That can go away. All right, should I show this off?
Yeah.
So here is the X-Wing pilot or Snowspeeder pilot helmet that Brittany, well, one of them that Brittany's been working on. It looks so good.
Yeah, it's I don't remember the artist's name on Etsy I bought it from off the top of my head, but it was such a wonderful 3D model. I couldn't resist.
Yeah, it was really, really good. There's a vacuum form buck for the visor, which we're working on. And then this is really cool. You want to show how that fits on there?
Yeah, it came with stencils, and I didn't realize that the stencils weren't the kind I'm used to, where you cut them out on a vinyl cutter. They are 3D printed stencils.
Yeah.
And I printed them in this orientation, so this side looks all gross because it had a bunch of supports on it, but this side is the one that has to be flush on there. Yeah, I guess you would take that down and
then airbrush on it, and you got your logo.
Has a little registration there.
It goes on this little nipple.
And so if you're doing the Red 5 helmet, this is for the background color circles. And this one is the little V's that get painted black. And then this symbol is a little bigger, so you paint this one black and switch it out to this one and try and register it, and then paint that red because it's a little smaller and you should get the black outline around it. Yeah. So we'll see how it goes.
We will.
Back in a future video.
Right. We're planning on having like casual. We got the flight suits, but we're not gonna wear the top because it's way too hot there.
Yeah, it's like the thought is this is after we just blew up the second Death Star. Yeah, we're having a party in Atlanta. We weren't invited to the moon of Endor. Yeah, the ceremony or the. Yeah, or the Ewok hangout. We weren't invited there, so we're hanging out at Dragon. Yeah.
Here,
that looks so good, Bill.
Look at him.
Look at him.
Yeah. All right. Well, I'm mostly done here. I'll take a few more questions while we're hanging out, but then I got to get back to work on Bender. Corey says, "Are we going to see us at the Droid Pit at the Marriott?" Yeah, I'll definitely be swinging by there with this. I want Bender to go hang out with his droid pals. Let's see. 3D printed stencils are genius, aren't they? Sanding on the helmet is top notch, Britt. Good work on the sanding. Yes, Neil, we will all party like Ewoks, won't we? We'll make little drums out of stormtrooper helmets. Corey can confirm that the X-Wing outfit gets hot while dancing. I believe it. Any other cosplay in the work? No, I have been single-minded on this right here. We have some other costumes we could bring if we have room. We'll see. Bender's going to take up a lot of room in our luggage. I am going to fly with him, I think. I hope. I mean, I don't know how else I would get it there. But since he comes apart, the head can go in one piece of luggage. The car can go in another. In fact, the car body and the RC car chassis can be separated. Shouldn't be too hard. What games are you playing at the moment? What's the last game we played? Why am I blanking? Grounded 2, that's right. We are survival crafting enthusiasts, and we played a lot of Grounded, and Grounded 2 is in early access, so we jumped into that. It was very fun, much like Grounded 1. It's got a new map, new story, and some new objects, and you can ride around like ants and stuff, which is great. So we had a lot of fun with that. John wants to know, is this from a specific Futurama episode? Yes. In season 1, there's an episode called Ahead in the Polls, or season 1, season 2? Early on, the episode's called Ahead in the Polls. Bender sells his body, and there's one scene where he drives his head around in a little blue car, and then he crashes it immediately. So it's only in one scene for about 30 seconds. And the moment I saw that, I said, I have to make that. So yeah, that's where that came from. Let's see. William says, as an ISB agent cosplayer and or season 2, I'm offended by the idea of space teddy bears playing music with my armor. Who else? I saw some other friends saying they were going to do ISB officers, so I'm sure we'll see a lot of those at DragonCon this year. Neil says, have fun with TSA. I'm sure they will want to take a peek at him in your luggage. You'd be surprised how much stuff I send through TSA that does not get looked at. But I plan for it. This is going to be most of this is going to be in a bin that we'll have a TSA lock on it, so they can open it if they want. But I have a bigger bin that doesn't have a spot for a lock, so I just zip tie it shut, and then I tape a bunch of extra zip ties to the container. So if they want to cut the zip ties and then reclose it, they can do that. But they tend to not want to bother. And the batteries won't be in my luggage. The batteries will be on me in my carry-on. So this isn't really, it's not, he's mostly plastic. It's not the sort of thing that sets off red flags for the TSA. The bottom half is just an RC car. It's very obviously an RC car, and the top half doesn't actually have a ton going on. But who knows? I've had a pretty good track record sending weird stuff through the TSA. Corey is taking the Amtrak down. They allow for larger luggage for cheaper. That's great. If you're on the East Coast, that's awesome. Neil says, 100% of the time I've flown with resin cast, my luggage has been checked. Very interesting. Yeah, interesting. Yep. What's the last time I flew with something wacky? I think probably DragonCon last year. Oh, you're right, Bray. I flew down to LA with a guitar case that had a Borderlands blaster in it. It's 3D printed with some wires and LEDs and an aluminum frame, and they did not open that. They didn't check that. It all gets X-rayed, and they know what they're looking for. And it's not 3D prints. It's actually, I don't know what bomb making stuff looks like on an X-ray, but it doesn't look like a Borderlands blaster apparently. All right. Well, I think we're gonna wrap it up. A quick little stream here. Got a little bit of work done. But I want to thank you all for hanging. Oh, I forgot to mention we have a sale going on right now. I should have mentioned this a lot earlier. Over on our website, punishprops.com, we're doing a sale, and it's an important sale, because if you don't have a copy of your printed Foamsmith books, you're running out of time. We don't have a lot of these left, and we're not going to get any more printed, at least not for a while. In fact, if we did get any more printed, we'd probably update the books a little bit. This one was written over 10 years ago. So, last chance to get Foamsmith books over at punishprops.com. Foamsmith 3, we have some scratch and dent misfit books that got sent to Amazon and then sent back. They're a little dinged up. We're putting those on a deep discount. So if you want a cheap printed Foamsmith 3, we got limited quantities of those. And then everything else in the sale is on a discount. All our digital files are 50% off or more. Our knives are on sale. Our replacement blades. Do I have that right here? Yeah, we've got these replacement blades for the knives. We've got the knives over there. All of these things are discounted by a lot this weekend. So if you are looking to get your hands on some of that stuff, now is the time. Especially the Foamsmith books. Like I said, this is it. When we run out, they are all gone. Now, we are working on a new book. We're working on a book for 3D printing, so that'll be the next big thing. So look forward to that. But Foamsmith books are going fast, and now's the last time to go get them. Ryan got all the books at the last Silicon. Yes, he loves them, and they're so worth the purchase. Fantastic. Tony says, I love these live streams. Wife and I enjoy them so much. Thanks so much. We're trying to do these more. I'd love to do it weekly. We'll see. It's tough when we're in DragonCon crunch. But Mom's texted me because flight's delayed. So that's that. Punishprops.com/shop for the sale. If you find something for you or for a friend, that's great. Also, maybe share if you want to spread the good word, the word of foam. Share the sale with any friends of yours that you think might be interested in this stuff. And one more time, this is it. Last chance to get one of these classics. Yes, buy my books. In the words of Svetlana, please buy my books. And also, I just want to take a moment to thank everyone for making the Foamsmith book such a huge success. We launched the first one over 10 years ago. We've done 3 of them. We have a trilogy. They're really, really terrific. I stand by them. I think that they're an amazing resource. Very proud of that work. And we've sold a lot of them, thousands of each copy of the book. And that's an uncommon success for an independent publisher. That's what we are. Brittany and I write the books, do the photos, the layout. It's just the two of us making these books. And then we don't work through a publishing company. We work through us and word of mouth and you. So the fact that the Foamsmith books have been a success has been because you all think they're great and you help spread the word. I don't know if we're going to make more foam books. Like I said, the next one is 3D printing, but we will. I got a lot more books in me. So as long as you all keep buying them, I will keep writing them. All right. I think I'm going to call it there. This has been a great stream. Thank you all for hanging out. And we'll have a new video. Any extra for a signed book? No. If you buy it from our shop, I will sign it all. No extra cost. All right. Vendor video coming out in just a couple days, and then we'll see you all at DragonCon.